Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished faculty members and esteemed guests, we'll begin shortly. So a kind reminder to ensure that your communication devices and mobile is put in silent so that it does not disrupt the flow of event. The welcoming session will be conducted in bilingual. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, ahli-ahli fakulti yang dihormati dan tetamu yang dihormati, hari ini kami akan berkumpul di sini untuk welcoming session dan sesi aluan ini akan dijalankan dalam dua bahasa. Sila memastikan bahawa alat komunikasi anda dalam mode silent untuk tidak mengganggu aliran event hari ini. So in case of any emergency, the exit is on your right, the two doors on your right. And if you need anything else, you can always talk to any of our secretariats, so they will be able to help you. Okay. Is this too serious? I mean, it's a welcoming session anyway, so please sit back and relax. It's not that much of an official, it's an official event, but don't be too stressful about it. So, how many of you are actually PhD students here? Okay, a big portion. So the remaining, I assume, are master's students, right? So can I see a raise of hand for master's students? Okay. So can I see a raise of hands of how many professors are here? I can only see Prof. Jenny. Thank you, Prof. Jenny, for joining us today. All right. Shall we begin? All right, thank you. So ladies and gentlemen, distinguished faculty members and esteemed guests, a very warm and hearty welcome to the Institute for Advanced Studies, Universiti Malaya. Today, we are gathered here with great excitement and also anticipation to extend our heartfelt greetings to the newest member of our academic family, the postgraduate students of Semester 1, 2023-2024. It is an absolute pleasure to see so many bright minds poised to embark on a journey of higher learning and discovery. This welcoming session will be conducted in bilingual. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, ahli-ahli fakulti yang dihormati dan tetamu yang dihormati, selamat datang ke Institut Pengajian Termaju IAS Universiti Malaya. Hari ini kami berkumpul di sini dengan penuh keterujaan dan penantian untuk menyampaikan salam ikhlas kami kepada ahli terbaru keluarga akademik kami, pelajar pasca siswaza semester 1 2023-2024. Ia adalah satu keseronokan mutlak untuk melihat begitu banyak minda yang cerah bersedia untuk memulakan perjalanan program pengajian tinggi dan penemuan. Sesi aluan ini akan dijalankan dalam dua bahasa. IAS, short for Institute for Advanced Studies, has always been a place where curiosity knows no boundaries, where innovation flourishes, and where knowledge is both a pursuit and a passion. As we stand at the threshold of a new academic year, we are thrilled to witness the infusion of fresh perspectives and diverse experiences that each of you brings to our esteemed institution. Before we proceed, let me invite Dr. Adibi Rahiman Muhammad Noor for the dua recital. IAS sentiasa menjadi tempat di mana rasa ingin tahu tanpa sempadan, di mana inovasi berkembang pesat dan di mana pengetahuan adalah satu usaha dan minat. Ketika kami berada di ambang tahun akademik baru, kami sangat teruja untuk menyaksikan kemasukan perspektif baru dan pelbagai pengalaman yang anda bawa kepada institusi kami yang dihormati. Sebelum majlis ini diteruskan, izinkan saya menjemput Dr. Adibi Rahiman Muhammad Noor untuk pembacaan doa bagi memberkati majlis ini.
Al-Fatihah. A'udzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Maliki yaumiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Amin. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi washabihi ajmain. Ya Allah, ya Tuhanku, kami mohon kepadamu segala rahmat dan limpah kurniaan-Mu. Berkatilah majlis ini dengan rahmat-Mu, biarlah kami mendapat ilmu yang bermanfaat. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina azabannar. Walhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Amin. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Adibi. So this is a momentous occasion not only just for you postgraduate students, but also for all of us who are dedicated to nurturing academic excellence and intellectual growth. So in the halls of IAS, you will encounter a rich tapestry of academic disciplines, a vibrant community of scholars, and a multitude of opportunities to challenge, question, and also expand your horizons. So our Dean, unfortunately, Professor Dr. Abriza Abdullah could not join us today, but on her behalf, join me in welcoming our Deputy Dean, Associate Professor Dr. Siti Hafiza Abdul Hamid for the welcoming remark and introduction session. So, ini adalah peristiwa penting, bukan sahaja untuk anda, pelajar pasca siswaza kami yang akan datang, tetapi untuk kita semua yang berdedikasi untuk memupuk kecemerlangan akademik dan pertumbuhan intelek. Di Dewan IAS, anda akan menemui permaidani yang kaya dengan disiplin akademik, komuniti cendekiawan yang bertenaga dan pelbagai peluang untuk mencabar, mempersoalkan dan mengembangkan ufuk anda. Seterusnya saya ingin menjemput Profesor Madya Dr. Siti Hafiza Abdul Hamid untuk welcoming remark dan introduction session. Dipersilakan.
Alright, first of all, Assalamualaikum, salam sejahtera and very good morning everyone. So I hope you can feel the excitement and anticipation of the room today as we gather here to welcome our new cohort, especially of postgraduate students, PhD and MPhil, and also Master of Renewable Energy and the rest. Okay, whether you are joining us from across the street or across the globe, we here at IAS, Institute for Advanced Studies, are delighted to have you as part of our academic community. Alright, I'm not the Dean, I'm the Deputy Dean. You might meet me again during your seminar, proposal defense or candidate defense, or definitely during your Viva. So I'm here today, have the privilege of standing before you today to officially welcome you to Institute for Advanced Studies and our esteemed postgraduate program. And I hope this is going to be your momentous and enjoyable journey throughout for maybe 1 year for your MPhil or 3 years. Hopefully you can graduate on time. Okay, without further delay, I would like to give you some introduction about IAS. Alright, this is about, wait well, this is not mine. Boleh tukar slide?
Which one?
This is not mine. Okay, sorry for that. Okay, because I assume that you already attended session, so I know that you already know about Universiti Malaya. So today I just want to introduce you how we come up with, how this institute was formed before. So basically, IAS already started back in 1979 under that name, Institute of Advanced Studies by Royal Professor Unku Aziz, our third Vice Chancellor. The idea at that time is just like we are going to deliver today until, I'm not sure, until the end, which is about multidisciplinary research. But then throughout the year, the name changed to Institute of Graduate Studies and Research, IGS, and then after that changed again, until 2018, we have Institute for Advanced Studies. All right, how different our institute from other PTJ, other faculties, is because we focus on multidisciplinary research. Okay, so here I just put the definition of multidisciplinary research, require when a field of study, a topic or problem of research crosses the borders of disciplines, as traditionally subjects indicate independent bodies of knowledge. So I just put some of our students that already gone Viva Voce, for example, PI Mejan, Digital Anak Bulan dari perspektif Syariah and Astronomy, the discipline between Islamic and also astronomy. And we also have one student presented his Viva on modeling, simulation and analysis of energy consumption, the economy and environment impact of the conventional and electric car in Malaysia. And we also have all of these students actually just have their Viva last 1 or 2 months ago. Okay, so you can see here that most of our students deliver multidisciplinary research. This is what we are trying to make ourselves different from other faculties. Okay, so that actually you can see that once you have research that combine 2 or more disciplines, your product, your outcome will be more impactful, especially with the current setting where most of the problem issues in the world right now require not only one domain but also many domains. Okay, so this is what we are trying to have. Pursuing a PhD or MPhil at IAS is a decision to pursue a PhD with impact and to become an aspiring researcher committed to improving life. Okay, this is the in general IAS organization chart. I'm the Deputy Dean. Your Dean will be Professor Dr. Abriza Abdullah. And then we are not that big, but then we have like more than 500 students. All right, we manage more than 500 students. And other than that, we have 5 honorary professors, and we also have IAS Academic Advisory Committee, which consists of 41 members, comprising of the Dean, the Senate Representative, the Deputy Dean, HICO and UMCOE representative, and also Academic PTJ representative. Why we have that? Because even though you register here in IAS, but I believe that your supervisors come from other faculties. Right? So that is why when we have a meeting every month, all the representative from each faculty must be in the meeting, so that they know that our issue or anything that we want to solve in the context of IAS, not in the context of other faculties. All right? So our partners is again academic PTJs, which is the faculties. We have 18 faculties around Universiti Malaya, and then also HICO. For HICO, I'm sure that some of you have supervisors from PEDAC, Power Energy Dedicated Advanced Study, Photonic Research Center, PRC, Institute of Ocean and Earth Sciences, IOES, and Tropical Infectious Diseases Research and Education Center, TIDRAC. And other than that, we also have NanoCat and also SEBA. So these are all the lecturers, all the supervisors. Our supervisors come from 18 faculties and also 4 HICOs and 2 UMCOEs. Okay, so we are quite big. And other than that, currently we have a collaboration with Swinburne University of Technology for dual PhD program, and also Kyoto University for dual master program, especially for Master of Renewable Energy. So where some of the students, some of the syllabus will, for example, MRE, some of the syllabus they will study here in and some at the Kyoto. For the swimmen, there we have, like say you have 3 years study, so maybe 1 year here and another 2 years over there, or or 2 years here or 1 year over there. So apart from that, recently starting next year, actually we managed to have a collaboration with a private company, Coherent, under Master of Philosophy. This one is, we have around 35 students already registered with us, sponsored by Coherent. This is our first project with the industry, where the industry send the staff here to have Master of Philosophy. So definitely their project related to the Coherent. Coherent is a sensor-based company, so their project is around that. So this is one of the things that we already started. Then we hope that we can have more this kind of project with the industries. Okay, so basically IAS do not have undergraduate. Okay, we only have postgraduate students, which means that we cover full research program and also coursework program. So we have Master of Philosophy and Doctor of Philosophy. For the coursework program, we have Master of Renewable Energy, Master of Agricultural Biosecurity, and Master of Applied Sciences, Nanotechnology. So for those who register under Master of Applied Sciences, Nanotechnology, this is a mixed mode program. Okay. MRE, Renewable Energy, and Agricultural Biosecurity, these two are full coursework program, which means that their project carry a little bit credit hour compared to applied sciences, where the project, the dissertation is quite huge. Okay. Alright, so for you, okay, for your information, we have launched Journal Club under IAS in 2022, last year. Okay, we have members around actually, but we give priority to our students. We have more than 200 students. So that is our first meeting actually. And recently we have, okay, this one. Recently we have international conversation, where we call it as IAS Night, where we gather our journal club members to have a talk, to have some kind of, casual discussion, conversation with our mentor professor. So other than that, we also have few activities. We have mushroom workshop, we have Prof. Wu webinar, and then we have series of webinar, especially focusing on research-related project on ethical, data ethics, on the research methodology, Even though we know that you have to attend this research methodology or advanced research methodology class, we believe that, throughout the time, you need some refreshment. Or maybe something like, to recall you back, or something that you miss out in the class, I do not know. But then that's why we still have this webinar under Journal Club every year. And actually last year, we managed to have a UN Planetary Health Pledge. IS is a platform where we want to highlight this planetary health. We want to bring this to be champion in planetary health in Malaysia. So one of our efforts in doing that is through this pledge last year. For your information as well, we have art science, IS Art Science, where we have a concert, actually a small concert here in this room by Tan Sri Azman Hashim. Okay, and we also have Eco Rock Garden. Okay, we have more activities actually. Those I want to highlight this year. This is last year. So most of the our activities involve a lot of webinars, so that you've been exposed to the recent, latest information issues in the current setting. Okay. Okay. Last one, I would like to highlight this. We have this co-working space. In case you want to have your own space to write up your report, so we have this service at the second floor at Block C. Okay, you can get this information at the counter. There is nothing there. It's a totally blank, you know. It's nothing. There's no PC whatsoever. Where actually the student will bring their laptop, their books, everything, and you can rent the space for 1 semester. Okay, I'm not really sure. It pay by month, right? Monthly, like 70 ringgit, something like that. It's quite cheap, where students can sit. There are few students already rent this space because I know that most of you already have lets. But then sometimes, especially towards the end of your study, you need space when you are writing, when you start writing. Okay, so that's why we come up with this idea where the student can have their own space where they can write. It's quite a big space, so you can go like, you know, remote over there, remote, you know, it's quite a big space. You can choose the seat lah. All right, I think that's all for now. If you have any question, inquiry, you can email to dekan_IAS, or maybe you can straight away come to the reception. You know, our admin staff, the staff can help you, especially, you know, regarding to your academic things. Before I forgot, actually this month, we just started one initiative. We call it as a postgraduate clinic. This is a weekly activity. It's only 3 hours, where there will be one professor from willing to give advice on your PhD research work. You know, because sometimes we found that during our IAS night, some of the students, they have some issue, then it's quite hard for them to talk with the supervisors. But they need someone, you know, professional to talk with, to get advice. So with that idea, we come up with this initiative, this program, where we will have this clinic once a week in IAS, where the professor will sit there, and you can come. But then since it's only 3 hours, so you have to book the slot. Okay, the best thing about this, which I'm quite surprised, there are many, you know, very senior professors willing to give advice to the students, you know, because they understand the, you know, the hassle, the hurdle that you have to go through, you know, throughout this study. Okay, I think that's all from me. Thank you very much for listening. Next will be about rules and regulation and the program on MPhil and PhD. All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Our Deputy Dean, Dr. Siti Aviza. So as you step into the world of advanced studies, remember that this is a place where dreams take flight, where research has the power to change lives, and where every idea, no matter how audacious, is encouraged and embraced. So please join me to welcome the Postgraduate Research Coordinator, Dr. Adebi Rahman Muhammad Noor, for his program introduction session.
Assalamualaikum and good morning. Thank you to Mr. Chairperson, Dr. Fong. So I have two presentations here. Please bear with me. First of all, welcome to IAS, welcome to and for the international students, welcome to Malaysia. I hope you settle down and get used with the weather, with the food, and I hope you enjoy the food, especially durian. I'm not sure whether the durian season has finished or not. Yeah. Okay, so we gonna go with welcoming session, rules and regulation. Okay. Right. Okay. So I would like to present on rules and regulation of Universiti Malaya, especially for master degree and PhD programs. So this is the registration schedule for this semester. And for postgrad, you can, sorry, it's too small here. The deadline for the registration will be middle of February next year. And you have to ensure that your enrollment status is active via this system. And if you are not active, or if other notification came out like AK, it means active. RE, ready to enroll, EP, TP, LPT, and so on. So you will notice this in your system throughout your candidature period. But you need to register HMX for Master 7002 and HVX 8002 for PhD every semester, so that you can be an active student. So at IAS, we have three major programs. We have PhD by research, which the minimum period is 4 semesters and maximum is 12 semesters. For master degrees by research or MPhil, Master of Philosophy, the minimum is 2 semesters and maximum 8 semesters. We also have master degree by coursework, Master of Renewable Energy, and few other new master's program under COE. Right. So it is compulsory for the candidate to renew your candidature, because if you fail to continuously register for a duration of 2 normal semesters and fail to register the following normal semester, you will be ceased to be a candidate and your study will be terminated. Okay, so I would like to remind that it is important and compulsory for you to renew your candidature every semester. And the candidate of all modes of program of study shall renew his or her candidature before the commencement of the semester concerned. So you need to observe when is the deadline for the registration every semester. If you don't have information, you can always come to the office or email us and ask. But you must always check the website, the university website, on this matter. Number 2, a candidate who does not register within the stipulated duration for the semester concerned will be recorded as not registered. So you will see in your status as not active or not registered. Okay, so I also can see there are a lot of master students. If you plan or if you have intention to convert your program to PhD, you can do so, because as stated in our regulation, a full-time candidate for a master's by research program may be considered for a change in his or her candidature status to a candidate for a doctoral or PhD program, subject to the following conditions. Number 1, the duration of application to change the candidature status is at least between 12 to 15 months from the commencement date of registration, the master's program of study. So that means around your third, fourth semester, you have to do that. If you have intention to convert your master's to PhD. And you have to make a written application to the Dean of the Faculty, and you submit a supervisors and head of departments report together with supporting documents. And you need to submit one research report of not more than 6,000 words on number one, introduction and scope of research and research objective. This is for your to upgrade your master's to PhD, so you can do so. Okay, for master's degree, change of candidature status from master by research to doctoral by research program. This is the continuous, your research methodology, research plan, which would lead to the doctoral level. So you have to show the changes between the, from your master to doctoral level. And you need to submit the outcome throughout the master's program of study, for example, a journal paper accepted for publication and a seminar presentation at the university, or a patent application with pending approval, or has been approved, and a seminar presentation at the university, national or international level. And a full-time candidate has to present his research outcome in a seminar before a panel of assessors comprising of 2 experts from within and outside the university in the field concerned as determined by the faculty. So your supervisor need to identify the expert, inform us, then we invite the assessor to evaluate your proposal to convert into PhD. And the appointed panel shall make an assessment on the 2 following aspects: the research report to change the status and a seminar presentation. Okay. Number 4, the report on the change of candidature status from master's by program to doctoral by research program shall be submitted for consideration and approval by the Senate. And the master degree candidature duration is taken into account in the duration of the doctoral by research. So that means for PhD maximum is 12 semesters. So if you completed your master, you propose to convert in third semester, the 3 semester will be accounted for the duration of your study. And a full-time candidate who change of the candidature status has been approved need not to retake research methodology. So you don't need to take research methodology anymore because you already completed during your MPhil time. Okay, part 6, master's degree and doctoral degree, supervision and progress of candidature. So this is also important for you to remind your supervisor to submit your progress report, because a candidate, if required to submit a research progress report in accordance with the work schedule and procedures prescribed by the university. So all the supervisors or consultants shall evaluate your progress in their system in accordance with the work schedule and procedures prescribed by the university for the semester concerned. So usually it's satisfactory or unsatisfactory. So the supervisors will evaluate your progress, and then it will determine whether you can proceed to the next semester or not. Okay. So for submission of your thesis for masters and PhD, a candidate shall submit your dissertation or research report for examination within the period of your candidature. So for this purpose, you need to complete at least minimum duration of study for the degree program. So you need to, the minimum, like master is 2 semesters, PhD is 4 semesters. So calculation of the minimum duration shall be continuous. Okay, and just need to be fast. Okay, then a candidate who has submitted your dissertation for examination need not renew your candidature for the following semester unless your candidate has reached the final semester of the maximum candidature duration, or the Senate requires the candidate to conduct further work. If the report is not satisfied, then the panel asks you to conduct further or more experiment for your data. A candidate who is due to complete the maximum candidature duration shall submit an appeal to extend the maximum candidature duration of the dean, to the dean of the faculty as provided under regulation 56 in bracket 2. So you can appeal, but you have to write to the dean. Okay. This is also very important, and Ms. Koh Aipin will explain further on the academic dishonesty, especially on the plagiarism. Okay, academic dishonesty may occur in various forms, including but not limited to plagiarism, false excerpt, falsifying information, conspire to abet, cheating in exam, and contract cheating and disguising. Okay. So once you completed the submission and you pass your viva, so candidate of a program of study by research are entitled to be awarded a distinction thesis if they fulfill the conditions below. So if you target to get a distinction thesis, the thesis is the first submission for examination, not exceeding the maximum duration of study. So you have to make sure you are not exceeding the maximum duration of your study. Recommended excellent by one of the examiner during your presentation, during your viva. The performance of the candidate during viva examination is excellent, and the research output has been published or accepted for publication and recommended by the committee of examiners. So if you want to get the distinction thesis, do they get award for this, Dr. Hafiza? Yeah, you get a cash reward, right? Or no? Not sure. Yeah. So we will find out, but you get something out of this. So this is a guideline for publication in fulfillment of graduation requirement. Even though you pass your viva, your oral examination, if you don't have a publication, you will not graduate. Okay, so you need to publish. This is a type of publication in research article or review article in journal index, in Web of Science, Scopus, and so on. Ms. Koh Aipin can explain to you further on this matter. Okay, so it is important for you to discuss with your supervisors on the authorship, who want to be the corresponding author, first author, and so on. So it is really important for you to discuss at the early stage, so that you have understanding amongst yourself. Okay, authorship agreement. So candidate must provide a copy of authorship document that was submitted to the respective publisher. So this is in accordance to the publisher's requirement. So timing, publication accepted must be within the candidature of the candidate, and topic of publication must be related to your research, okay, or to your thesis. So affiliation, must always remember that publication must carry the affiliation of the department or faculty where the candidate is registered, which is IAS, is compulsory. And then other faculties, your supervisor's faculty, or the COEs, affiliation to COEs. So publication in journal blacklisted by the Malaysian Ministry of Higher Education are not accepted. Okay, you need to check with your supervisor which journal is blacklisted, which journal you can publish. Right? Completion period, candidates who have completed the examination of their thesis or dissertation must fulfill the publication requirement as set by the university, okay, before the expiry of your maximum period of candidature. So this is a process of dissertation or thesis examination. Number one, examiner's nomination. This is supervisor's role to nominate examiners, and we will conduct a committee's meeting at our level, IAS level. Then we will, once you get a nomination of examiner and dissertation thesis title approved, will be presented for approval. Okay. Then after that, we will send the title approval letter to the candidate and supervisors. You have to wait for our approval, and then the submission. Candidate need to submit dissertation thesis via Maya system and submission form. And finally, is the examination period. We will set the time and date for this examination. Okay, important information for candidate, you must register every semester. Remember, for master HMX 807002, for PhD HBX 8002. Every semester. There's no class for this. It's just to ensure that you are registered or become active student for every semester. And you have to fill in progress report every semester in the system, and your supervisors have to evaluate. Okay, and no plagiarism. Okay, and we also provide postgraduate conference sponsorship funding. You can request for this funding if you want to present at the conference. So it's only for international conference, and it's first come first serve basis. Okay, we have limited funding, not for all, but if you come first, then you will get it. All right, thank you very much. Okay. Yeah, maybe can ask Q&A now. Any questions? Because they're not talking for quite some time.
Okay, so thank you, Dr. Adibi. Our next session is with Madam Ko, but perhaps we can have a very quick Q&A session among the audience if you have any queries to your candidature. So
sorry, I have one more presentation, but I can ask.
You want to do it now? Okay, sure.
And I think most of you have a problem with research methodology registration. You are confused which research methodology course you should take under IAS. So under IAS, only for master student, HVX 7001. For PhD, for masters, HMX 7001. For PhD, HVX 8001. These are only two research methodology courses you can take, and we recognize for the next step of your candidature. So if you sign up for other code, we won't recognize it. So you are encouraged to change, to amend for this research methodology. And I think once you enroll, you cannot change by yourself, right? So you have to send an email and then request to change. So it has to be done manually. It's quite funny. Yeah, but you have to do that so that you can enroll for our research methodology courses. If not, you can't access to the spectrum. You can't get all the materials for research methodology. Any questions? No question? Okay. I just continue with the two programs at IAS. Okay, so we have PhD, Doctor of Philosophy, and the goal for our PhD program is to produce scholars who can lead the development and dissemination of knowledge as leader in research and teaching as well as services for the society. And for MPhil, our goal is to produce highly educated and skilled graduates in their own research fields as well as engaging in scientific activities to generate new knowledge and application that fulfill the needs of an informed society. So congratulations to you, because you have bravery. You challenge yourself to sign up for these programs. And a journey of 1,000 miles must begin with a single step. And of course, initially you feel that you want to die. You feel like demoralized. You feel regret. You ask yourself, why I sign up for this trouble, for this problem. Then don't worry, the second phase you will survive and you will progress with the help and support from your supervisors and your colleagues. You can accelerate. Okay, and remember, this is a battle and a journey. Okay, so you are at war. People don't know your struggles. People just can see the success, but not the challenges that you've been facing. Okay, so how to win this battle? Okay, how to graduate on time? So as a PhD candidate, you need to fulfill number one. Milestone one is the research methodology. You need to pass research methodology course, which is HVX 8001. And then you have to do your proposal defense once you pass your research methodology. Okay. After that, if you are fast track, you will do a confirmation defense, and if you are normal track, you will do a candidature defense. Okay. So from this, you will start presenting and publish an article, and then eventually you will complete your thesis. So hopefully by semester 7, you can graduate on time. But you need to follow this milestone. And the minimum duration of PhD is 4 semesters and maximum 12 semesters. So if you want to graduate on time, you have to complete within 7 semesters or 42 months. And you have to show proof of acceptance of publication to ISI, Scopus or SCI. And you have to pass research methodology course. Okay, so this is the milestone for PhD candidate. So you can, if you want to do your seminars, proposal defense, confirmation or candidature defense, you have to write to Deputy Dean. We will publish a list of dates for every month. So if you plan to do your PD or CD, you have to apply or submit your application before 15th of every month, of the month. But you need to discuss with your supervisors. Your supervisors need to nominate 2 assessors, and the supervisor need to give the details of the assessors, and then send to us through Deputy Dean's office, and we will inform you the date of the seminars. Then we will announce the result of the seminar once you completed the seminar. Okay, and if you don't have a chance to attend a conference, you can also do a seminar presentation, thesis seminar presentation at the faculty level. For example, your supervisor is from Faculty of Science, so she or he will conduct the seminar at that faculty. So the supervisor have to initiate themselves, appoint assessors or panels to evaluate your thesis seminar. But we would encourage you to find a conference, attend a conference and do the presentation at the conference, because it's good for your career. You can meet your peer, the expert in your field, and you can network with them, rather than you just do a thesis seminar presentation at the faculty level. Okay, so for year 1 PhD student, you are encouraged to take advanced research methodology. For international student, you have to take Bahasa Malaysia or Bahasa Melayu course. And semester 2, you have to register HBX 8002 to activate your status as a student. And during this semester, you have to plan to do your proposal defense already, if you want to graduate on time. You can delay until 3rd, 4th semester, but you will not graduate on time, because you cannot progress in your research because your proposal has not been accepted or approved. So for year 2, register again for HBX 8002 thesis, and semester 2 for second year, hopefully you can do your candidature defense once you have a preliminary result or some data, so you can do your candidature defense. And semester 3, still semester 1, you have to register HBX 8002, and semester 2, year 3, you can do your presentation at the conference or thesis seminar, and then after that you can submit your thesis. So that is the flow of PhD student or candidate. So for MPhil, almost the same. It's just the period of candidature is more shorter, and you also need to take the research methodology course. And for international, Bahasa Malaysia or Bahasa Melayu, and you have to do your proposal defense. You are encouraged to do proposal defense if you want to graduate on time, no later than 2nd semester. And then for candidature defense, no later than 3rd semester. So this is the milestone for MPhil student. Register semester 1, research methodology, pass, and then do proposal defense. And after that, you might have a draft of your first publication, and then you do your candidature defense, and you can just writing up and submit your dissertation. Okay, it's the same process with PhD. Write to Deputy Dean. We will publish a list of dates for you to choose. And for MPhil, the duration of study is minimum 2 semesters, maximum 8 semesters. If you want to graduate on time, you have to complete it within 4 semesters or for 24 months and 1 publication. Okay, so HMX 7001 and HBX 8001 is all 100% continuous assessment. There's no final exam. You will be evaluated based on the continuous assessment or assignment. So you have to attend the class every time, because the lecturer will give the assignment maybe different weeks. So you have to attend the class so that you can complete the assignment, because it's 100% continuous assessment and no final exam. Okay, so you don't need to worry. You just need to complete the assignment only. And the requirements both for PhD and master, you have to pass with at least B and above. Okay, I explained the MPhil to PhD conversion already just now. And yeah. Okay, another one is the word length. Word length of the thesis. So for MPhil, minimum 24,000 words and maximum 60,000. Is it not apply anymore? Okay, so sorry. This has been approved in 2021, but now we don't practice anymore, right? So sorry? Only maximum. There's no minimum. Okay, so just maximum. For MPhil, 60,000. So for PhD is 100,000. Okay, but if if it's more, you have to apply to Dean of IAS, and then you have to justify. Okay. And all the submission forms and the documents you can download from IAS website. Okay. Finally, check your email regularly and get the update from the central, from and also from our office. Library, I will let Ms. Go to explain further. Thank you very much. If you have further information, further question, you want to ask anything, you can email me, contact me, or you can drop to my office anytime. Okay? Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Dr. DB. So I think let's keep all the questions. I know you have plenty of questions, maybe 1,000 questions on your mind right now. So please hold them for a while more, and we will invite Madam Ko for her sessions first, and then we will have the Q&A sessions right after. Okay? All right. So thank you again, Dr. DB. So to our new postgraduate students, we say embrace the challenge. Right? Dr. DB shared like how tough it can be, how stressful it can be, but it's not the end of the world yet, at least. So, so we are also excited to invite one officer, Madam Ko from Library, to talk about research ethics and publication guidelines. All right. So kami teruja untuk menjemput Madam Ko dari perpustakaan untuk bercakap tentang etika penyelidikan dan garis panduan penerbitan. Dipersilakan. So for students, please, I know you are starting to drift away from the seats here in the auditorium. Please do pay a lot of attention to this, because this is very important. All right, Madam Ko, over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Welcome, congratulations, and welcome to welcome to IAS, and welcome to Library. Okay, I'm Aipeng. Today is a welcoming session. We start to talk a very heavy topic about ethics. Okay, so what is ethics? Just now I heard, if I'm not mistaken, how many papers do you have to publish in Web of Science Index journals in order to complete your graduation? For PhD students, how many papers? Two? Tier 1? Any tier will do? Prof, any tier will do? Or is it have to be tier 1? Tier 2? Okay, it's going to be tough, but with the assistance from our researcher and also from a professor, I hope you have a very happy journey with UN and in Malaysia. Okay, so today we are going to start our session with ethics. When we talk about ethics here, we're only going to focus on scholarly publication, not any ethics, okay? And the things I'm going to focus on is plagiarism. We're going to talk about Turnitin, because that's the software we're going to use to detect. Actually, Turnitin, they claim themselves, is not a plagiarism checker. It's just an originality or a similarity checker. Okay, they are not detecting plagiarism, but they show you a report. So how to interpret the report is up to you. Okay, so that is Turnitin. Besides that, what is copyright? When we talk about plagiarism, if you don't have a copyright, you are not the author, you don't own the outcome of that paper. Actually, you cannot perhaps claim others plagiarize your work. So these two actually is work hand in hand with plagiarism. Okay, so what is the authorship guidelines? And maybe a little bit about library resources. I don't think I have time to cover that in 15 minutes, okay? So, what is ethical manuscript? This is also from internet, okay? Is it part of plagiarism? Okay, I copy from internet, okay? So when we talk about ethical manuscript, one which is free from any form of plagiarism. We are going to talk about plagiarism later a while. Duplicate publication, which means the same thing you publish more than once. The same, even your own data, your own research, you cannot publish more than once. Duplicate publication. Ghost authorship, you ask someone to do it for you. Ghost, okay? Copyright laws infringement, any form of bias of conflict of interest, any conflict of interest, you have to declare. Fabrication or falsification. Most importantly, an ethical manuscript should be free of unethical research. Are you with me? Yes? Are you an ethical person? I think so, okay? Perhaps you are not doing it intentionally. So today we are going to talk slightly about something about plagiarism. We start with plagiarism. All good research is built on the work of those who studied in the field previously. That's why we prepare all the citation lists, all the references for you to further studies. Okay, so we always do a literature review. We refer to the works that done by others. Okay, and so it is natural to refer to even paraphrase their work when writing a research paper. Are you doing that? Yes? Okay, but researchers and students must always be cautioned to make sure that their writing clearly distinguishes plagiarism and paraphrasing. The first and the best way to make sure that you are paraphrasing properly instead of plagiarizing is begin by citing your source. Give credit to the creator. Okay, so plagiarism can cause serious real-life consequences and ethical breach. Plagiarism is essentially theft and fraud simultaneously. Okay, so please don't do it. Okay, why? Reasons for students to plagiarize. Why are you doing that? You know the consequences, but you still do it. Why? This is a research done by one of the institute, okay, in New York in 2017, updated in 2018. The reasons why students plagiarize. I hope you are not one of them, okay? Desire to get a good grade, fear of failing, because if I'm not doing it, perhaps I will fail the course or the subject. Poor time management, no time, running out of time. So the only thing I can do, copy and paste, okay, then submit. And disinterest in the assignment. Lecturer asked me to do it. Actually, I'm not interested in that field or in that subject or in that assignment, but I'm forced to do it. Or believe they will not get caught. I'm a lucky person. Throughout, I don't think I will be caught, okay? God bless you, okay? And the confusion about what constitutes plagiarism or current university policies. The last one is not indicated in this report, but I want to add it in, because from a non-native not English native countries, I think English perhaps is one of the issues. Why you copy and paste, okay? This is what I added in, okay? It's not from the research. So, what is plagiarism? You can refer to our book, I think published by IEEE, University of Malaya, Research and Innovation Policy. Plagiarism is an academic fraud arising from the attitude of lying, being dishonest, insincere, untrustworthy, and does not respect fellow colleagues, which means you are stealing the idea, the concept, of the effort of another creator. Okay. The plagiarism occurs when the ideas of others are taken without naming its source. You didn't give the credit to the original creator. Common type, I'm not going to go into it, okay. How to avoid plagiarism? Put quotation marks around the words and identify the source. If you copy, just copy and paste, holding, quote it, okay. If you paraphrase it, both, you still have to cite it, okay. You can paraphrase the whole thing, put the information into your own words and identify the source. Always get back to the source. So learn and note. Another type of promotion, okay. Avoiding plagiarism, coding. When should I code? When language is particularly vivid and expressive. So you have to copy it, put it in, but code it. Exact wording is needed for technical accuracy. When the words of an important authority lend weight to an argument. How do I show I'm coding? Name the source. In introductory, say according to who. This is what, okay. Or use quotation marks, cite the source appropriately. If you fail to do this, it is plagiarism. Am I going too fast? No? Too slow? What does paraphrase mean? Okay, perhaps I'm not going to read everything, okay? So what strategies can I use to paraphrase? Use synonym, change the structure, change the voice, change clauses, or change part of speech. Okay, now I talk a little bit about Turnitin. Turnitin is provided by UN. If I'm not mistaken, everybody have to provide the strategy report that you generated from Turnitin. Okay? So please learn how to use Turnitin. Very simple. Download, upload, that's it. Okay? Then you get the report. So Turnitin, is it it's an originality checking and plagiarism prevention service that checks your writing for citation mistakes or inappropriate copying. Maintain comparison. You have a very big archive. You can give it a try and see how smart is Turnitin, okay? Please, it's okay, okay? After all, it's free, okay? And the third one, it's important to make note that Turnitin does not detect plagiarism. And the fourth one, in fact, is the most important one that I highlight in red. Correct interpretation of these results by both lecturers and students is essential for the successful use of Turnitin. Okay? Don't read the absolute figure and think, are you good? Are you bad? Okay. The interpretation itself, that more important. Okay? So how to use Turnitin? Go to LibGuide for Turnitin. Everything is there. Okay? Things to check with faculty. This is a very important thing. Don't come and ask librarian. Librarian cannot give you the answer. Okay? So the acceptable percentage of similarity index by faculty, it varies and it differs from faculty to faculty. You don't have to take a snapshot because you have to ask your faculty. Okay? Everybody go and ask your faculty or your supervisor or your lecturer. Who conducted the class? What is the percentage that is acceptable when come to the Turnitin report? So that's the first part I've covered, plagiarism, Turnitin. Now we talk about copyright. This is from US Copyright Office. Why copyright so important? If you produce something, a paper, a book, or idea, or whatever, without copyright, perhaps you don't have the right to claim and to blame, okay, others later on, okay? So copyright is one of several categories of intellectual property protection designed to safeguard the creators, owners, or holders. Perhaps I'm not going to read everything. what is copyright, but in this occasion, when I talk about copyright, I will emphasize on your journal article, okay? Because you are going to submit your paper for journal publication later on. So what is the copyright that you are going to retain when you publish a paper? Okay, this is a definition by MIPO, okay, by our local authority. So there are two primary models journals should consider with regards to copyright. There are two models. First one, authors retain copyright. You are the author, you retain the copyrights. Or the second model is authors transfer copyright to the journals. So then the publisher, the journal own the copyright. So you, even though you are the author, you need to get their permission to use your own publication if the journals own the copyright. Okay. And additionally, journals need to consider how the articles will be licensed to the reader. As a reader, can you use those idea or the article straight away? So that's the license, also from the publisher. But typically, open access journal will choose one of these under CC license, Creative Commons license, for their journal's content. Okay, what is the good advantage of authors retain copyright? Normally, open access journal, author can obtain or retain the copyright. Or if you go for Go open access journals, which means Go open access journal. You publish an article in a journal. The journal perhaps is under subscription base. But if you want to make your article openly access, freely access to others, what you need to do? What you need to do? To make others access to something that actually they have to pay for it, what do you need to do? What do you need to do? You pay for it, okay? Reader don't have to pay for it, but you pay for it. So that is APC, Article Processing Fees, Article Processing Charges, or we call it Article Publishing Charges. You pay for it, you make your paper open access, Go open access. Okay, then normally you retain the copyright. So you pay for it. So author retains copyright, normally open access, you are the copyright owner. If you publish in the traditional way, subscription-based journals, it is less common for open access journals, okay? Then normally the publisher, the journals edit, the publisher of the journals will own the copyright. Even though you are the authors, you cannot simply, no, you cannot post it in your own CV or whatever, provided perhaps there is some arrangement with the publisher. You can use a pre-print or post-print or different version of your publication. You can publish in IR, not for commercial use. You can publish in your own CV. Yes. So this is journal retained copyright. Okay. So who is the author? So we come to the third part of today's session, authorship. Who is the author? An author is a person who has made significant contribution. We say significant contribution to the intellectual content of the paper and is willing to take public responsibility of the entire study, including the data and result. Because I'm preparing this slide, I read through some recommendation from International Committee, IC, International Committee for Medical Journal Editors, ICMJE, okay? The latest version that revised in May 2023, one of the criteria, or they also highlight If you are using AI or ChatGPT to prepare your paper, you have to declare, okay? You have to declare. But AI cannot be the author of the paper, okay? So this is authors. So what is author? Okay, the principle. So why authorship matters? Authorship confers credits and has important academic, social, and financial implications. So when you publish a paper, make sure that your name is in the author list. Okay, please fight for it. Okay, authorship also implies responsibility and accountability for published work. But if you are not the author, please don't list your name as part of the author list. What is the criteria to grant yourself as an author? Authorship criteria. You can also refer to our publication under the University of Malaya. Authorship criteria. Authorship is attributed only when a researcher has made substantial intellectual contribution to a research output. So, scholarship contributes significantly. Authorship participate in drafting, reviewing, revising, and approval. You are account for everything that published in the paper. So, you are part of the authorship. And administrative relationship, obtaining funding, collection of data, editing for language editor, or general supervision of a research group alone does not constitute authorship. Okay. Responsibility, integrity of the work. Authors are responsible for the integrity of the work as a whole. If anything happened to that paper, please, then you say, I don't know, I didn't take part. But why your name listed as one of the authors? When things happen, you say, I'm not responsible. Sorry, okay, it doesn't work that way. Publishing materials and data from student thesis after graduation. Oftentimes, papers are published based on students' thesis, several years after the students has graduated. For this reason, all publications of materials and data taken wholly or partially from thesis by either graduates or his or her supervisor, both graduate and supervisor shall be authors of the publications. Order of authorship. It counts whether you are the first author, you are the corresponding author, you are the last author. It means a lot. Okay, so please look for, okay, also take care of this. Okay? But normally the authors will decide the author of the authorship, not the journal editor. Okay? Group of authors. In a situation, it's a group of authors, which means like a collaboration. So many take part, many collaborators take part as a group member. Normally, it will only listed as a group, okay? But someone has to be accountable for it. So groups of authors. An example of authorship guideline. So this is ICMJE, just now I mentioned. Please refer to this and an update on a frequent basis. The latest version revised in May 2023. Okay. Continue. Who are not qualified as an author, acquisition of fund. The funder, no. Supervision of work, your supervisor. But in UN practice, you have to put your supervisor as author. Okay. Minor laboratory support. Okay. Administrative support. But any individual who has contributed to the study in one or more of these ways does not meet the authorship criteria, but can be mentioned in the acknowledgement section. Okay, please include their name. they do contribute, but not as an author. Okay? Do give credit to them. So further reading up and updates, you can refer to committee, this publication ethics, okay, Committee on Publication Ethics, or this one recommended on Publication Ethics Committee, okay, World Association of Medical Editors, and last but not least, the International Committee of Medical Journals Editors. So I've covered the first part about ethics. I'm not going to cover anything about library, but do visit library. Okay. What you need to do is, in order to use library, this is a collaborative learning area. What you need to do, if you attended that session at DTC, you need your metric card, you need your email. With the email, even though you didn't renew your status or activate your status, as long as your email is still valid, you can access our resources. And more than 90% of our resources are online. So what you need to do to access library resources, the only thing you need to do, visit our website, umlib.um.edu.my. Because I'm from library, I always say this is the most important website in okay? Please visit that website. Then from there, you can access our research repository. Do I have a pointer? No. Research repository is free. In fact, we are the only university who publish all our journals and all our theses, which are born digital, freely and full text access, open for all. We are the only university in Malaysia. Okay, so you can access that. And A to Z online databases, we spend millions of ringgit, not dollars, okay? To subscribe to those online databases, please make use of our collection in order for us to justify the renewal and to sustain the subscription, okay? To continue our subscription. And Pendeta Discovery, where you look for the collection that's available in the library, the hard copy. Would like to hold a book? You can refer to this one. And opening hours. For those of you who can, this is a promo time. For those of you who can read Mandarin or Chinese speaker, we have a very good collection of Chinese collection. You can visit our East Asian Studies Library. For those of you who can read Tamil, we have a Indian Studies collection. Okay? Who can read Arabic, we have a Academy of Islamic Studies Library, okay? What else? If any questions, you can always, we have a live chat session, you can always ask to get information related to the library. With that, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Madam Ko. All right, I hope all of you have been listening because lunch is provided. And before we let you go for lunch, I have 10, you are required to answer 10 test questions regarding what Madam Ko have just told you earlier. So there's a test for you. That's a joke anyway. All right, so thank you so much, Madam Ko, for the kind sharing about our library resources, about research ethics in publication. And so now what we would like to do is that let's have a short question and answer session before I can let you go for lunch. All right, so I believe you have a lot of questions in your mind right now. So can we just, yes, I already have one. Mike, where's the other mic? Okay. So please introduce yourself, and what is your question, and who do you want to answer your question? Please don't ask me. All right.
Thank you very much. My name is Farhan Hussain. I'm a Master of Philosophy student. I wanted to ask one question to Madam Ko. In your presentation, you mentioned about conflict of interest in plagiarism. Can you elaborate what does conflict of interest means? Thank you.
Perhaps I can ask Prof to answer.
I'm not sure that it's to do with plagiarism, but I'll give a couple of answers. One plagiarism thing that you might come across, you are going to publish your paper and then you're going to write your thesis. So you'll say, oh, isn't that self-plagiarism? So we have a special case for this, that if it's your own paper, you're allowed a higher level of similarity. Okay. Conflict of interest would tend to be things like who has funded your study. You need to declare it. For example, if you have funding from private sector, and then you're saying you tested product XYZ, one of which is their product, and you say their product is the best, this could be a conflict of interest, but you must declare that they funded the study and such a conflict of interest. So this type of thing. Usually, if you are not sure, you can also discuss your special case with the library. The same thing will happen for journal publications. You can discuss with the journal editor if you are not clear. There's always people to ask. Better to ask than say, it's not. You get in trouble, right? If you're not sure, anything in life, especially as students, we're all students, I'm still a student, we always carry on learning, ask. Yep.
Thank you, Prof. Okay. Thank you to get the ball rolling. So can I have second question? Yes. Please ask questions to those sitting in front here. Ask very difficult questions.
Hello. My name is Muhammad Rizwan Mirazali. I'm taking Master of Philosophy. I just want to ask Madam Ko, if we want to access the library, do we need a metric card or some sort of access card?
If you want to borrow books, you need a metric card. If you just want to access our online resources and all that, in fact, you don't need a metric card. And most of the time, even though we have a door, you can easily go in. Am I supposed to tell you? Okay. Okay. So, for the research repository, actually, it's open for everyone. Even though you are not our students, you can still access our resources. For A to Z, you need your UN account, the UML. So with the ID and password, you can access our online databases. Okay, do I answer your question? Yes, welcome to the library.
Next question is, I want to ask Dr. IDB, regarding, just now you show in the slides that for semester 1, semester 2, candidature defense, semester 3 for, semester 2,
proposal defense.
Yes, semester 3 is candidature defense. Is it possible to do proposal defense and candidature defense in one semester?
It's possible, but consider that you have done data collection before that. So, which you don't start from scratch. That research you already have some data. So it's enough for you to do a candidature defense. You can do a proposal defense, you pass it, and then at the end of the semester you want to do CD, also can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay. Any other questions? Yes. I hope with Dr. Aditi again. No.
Good morning, I'm Rita. My question is to the Deputy Dean. All right, Professor. So I just want to ask, when we pay our research fee, right? So we can use our research fee to buy chemicals, glasswares, and equipments for our research? No.
No, the fee meant for the other services like library service, the transportation, the administration fees. It got nothing to do with the research consume, you know, because usually all this kind of things is borne by the supervisor or, you know, the research grant.
I see. So we pay, because we pay service fee and also research fee, right? So what is the service fee do and what is the research fee do?
The research fee is something to do with the building and the infrastructure, not the materials, the consumables part. For example, let's say you want to use the lab, yes, you can, something like that. Not more than that. Okay.
So any other questions? Yes, another question from.
Sorry, just want to ask Dr. Hafiza, right? Just now, Madam Ko mentioned that the faculty need to set the plagiarism percentage. So what is the IAS plagiarism percentage?
30%.
30%.
30. Unless your supervisor has a different number. So far for us 30%, but then usually what we encounter, I think like more than 50%. Most of the works is you publish in the journal. And then usually student will come up with a letter signed with the supervisor that actually the biggest percentage it comes from the paper you publish. So usually when we deduct, then usually it will be lesser than that, covering the introduction, the conclusion, you know. But then for IAS it's 30%, 30.
Yeah, I want to ask another question. We have seen that we can convert our master's degree to PhD. There is a profession. So if I'm a master's student, I convert my master's degree to PhD, then I complete my PhD. Will I get both the degrees, master's or PhD, or only the PhD degree I will get?
Only PhD. Only PhD.
Only PhD.
Yeah, for master students, I actually very, very encourage that conversion. We call it a conversion program. But then you have to make sure that, okay, usually it's just like this. You have to convert within 12 till 15 months. Which means that you have a seat for the research methodology, and then at least you have conducted your proposal defense, and then your paper has been accepted. One day delay, they will reject the application. You know, can you apply earlier than that within 12 months? No, cannot. It must be within that 12 to 15. But we do really encourage that if you already have a paper accepted, maybe you can talk with your supervisor and then convert your program from MPhil to PhD. So once you convert, it means you require another one paper to fulfill the PhD because you already have one during the MPhil. So it will be faster lah. You straight away got, because at the end of the day, it's the PhD that, you know, carry more marks, right? Credit.
Any other questions? Yes. I don't know if you have 10 more questions before you're
Just want to ask regarding the making card issuance.
Okay.
Is it by faculty or need to check with the stationery?
Faculty, right? They will send it to us. Then you will collect from the counter. Any other question?
Because we have a lot of questions from because earlier I asked how many of you are from doing PhD, how many of you are doing masters. So it seems to me like this group is the master's group and this one is the PhD. So far we have no questions from PhD group. So any?
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Hi, let's go. Can I ask, for my MPhil, I did with for some papers, we couldn't have access to that. Well, if we suggest any subscription of any journal articles, what should we do?
Okay,
We are not going to subscribe to journal article, okay?
But-
If let's say,
Okay.
what happened? If you want to access to a materials, and that material is not available in our collection,
Okay.
so what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Pay for it. But UM will pay for it, okay?
Okay.
A PhD student, you are eligible for 20 articles which are free of charge.
Okay.
So do make use of the service.
Okay.
We call it publication supply service. Apply for it. We will try to get that article for you for free.
Okay.
Okay.
How should I do that? Do I do it
Online.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Visit our website, okay?
uh-huh.
Then under request, I think, if I'm not mistaken, go under services, under request, then you can request for it.
Okay.
Do make use of the service because we pay for it. One article easily costs us 30 to 40 USD dollar. And now with our weak currency, in fact, we pay a lot for you, okay?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. Really appreciated that.
So in any case, you can always use the live chat because speaking from experience, it's very helpful. They are very fast on that. Okay, other questions?
Can IAS provide that service? Live chat?
Live chat service for IAS. Like what our TD show you, we are only very small. So I'm wishing that I have 2 additional hands already with the current workload that I have. So I don't think live chat is coming anytime soon. All right. Any other questions? But if let's say you don't have or you are still thinking of questions to ask, the panels that we have today, you can also scan. There's QR code, so it's a feedback form for us to improve better in future similar events. So perhaps while you are still thinking about what are the questions that you can ask and also answering the feedback form, I have a question to Madam Koh. So perhaps you're not expecting a question from me, but surprise. You talk about Turnitin, and we know that our Turnitin in UM is embedded with the ability to detect ChatGPT sort of that function. Do we still have that after the end of this year?
Why not? Is that a question?
No, because it's a subscription-based services. So by end of this year, it has to be. So
In fact, Turnitin is not subscribed by the library. Is it under JTM? Our IT division is not under library. Turnitin is the purview of the subscription is under our IT department.
Okay. So the reason why I'm asking this question is quite intentional because I want to let all the postgraduate students know that if you use a lot of ChatGPT, we are able to detect that.
Yes, okay? But you can always give it a try, okay?
Yeah. Right. I mean, we have to ride the wave of technology, right? So, yeah. So, any other questions? It's 11:30. Do we have any other questions for our Deputy Dean, our Dr. Debbie? So this is another academic of IAS, Dr. Song. So, perhaps it's quite a lot to take in. A couple of hours, we talk a lot about the guidelines of student candidature. We talk about research ethics, publication, and so on and so forth. Don't worry, because all this information are available in our website. You can always visit our website. And if, let's say, those are not that helpful, our research methodology class will also come back to these topics, where we talk about our how do you want to write a good research proposal, right? What are the components within it? We also will talk about research ethics in specific, like what are the things or common misconduct that students sometimes are unaware that they are doing it. So we'll be covering all these topics in our research methodology, so don't worry about that. All right, so do we have other questions before we close this session? No? Yes, question. Madam Post.
How fast? Never know that one then later. Okay, I just want to take an opportunity to tell all of you, I think some of you are not really new student, old student, but then first of all, when you come into a new semester, what you have to do is to make sure that you are an active student, AK, all right? There are few steps which, from my side, I do not know how it looks like on your screen. But then we receive a lot of these students forgot to click certain button that they think that they already paid, but actually they are still not active. So please make sure that after you register, you pay, and then you click some button that will change your status to AK, which is active. That's one. Second one, if this is your first semester, it means that at the end of the semester, you have to submit a progress report. Okay? So I know that you'll be very busy with your study, especially, with your experiment. You tend to forget. So please put this in your reminder, your calendar, whatever, all right? So that you submit your progress report first. Second, please remind your supervisors many times. Because if you submit the progress report and your supervisor do not endorse that, whatever it is, you will face some problems after that. Some quite lucky, I'm not sure why, they can register. Some are not lucky, which I also do not understand why, they cannot register. Alright? So I know that I have 500 students. I hope I will not have this problem from all of you, at least, So this is the, usually you have to submit your progress report in week 14, something like that. So please submit and remind your supervisors, ask them to click straight away to approve, I think the status is satisfactory or unsatisfactory, something like that, they're satisfied with you or not, something like that. Okay, doesn't matter, but once they have fulfilled that, because some of you, I know that you have more than 2 supervisors. You might have 3 or 4, so all 4 must click the button. Alright, then you will have less problem to register the coming semester. Okay, so please make sure on this. Other than, for research methodology, whoever already registered wrong code, please make sure that after this you have gone through the process to change the code. Else, you cannot graduate. The problem with the cannot graduate is like a long story, which by right you should convo this year, and then suddenly due to that one you have to convo next year. This will affect you later. So please make sure all of this, you check all of this, because we do not want to have this problem later on. All right, I think that's all from me. If you have any question regarding to this.
Okay. So earlier when you register, I believe we have QR codes to tell her like, okay, please follow us on social medias, because we are quite active there. And if you have any questions, you can also reach out to us in our social medias. You can also follow our Telegrams, and also I think WhatsApp is going to expire soon. So we are migrating to Telegram to cater for more students, so that we will have very recurrent, or I would say very current information regarding candidature, regarding the registration, and all sorts of exciting events in IAS in the Telegram group. So please do join us there so that you can keep yourself updated with the latest information. And if, let's say, you still have some issues with anything, you can always come to IAS, talk to any of our academics, talk to any of our staff. We are very friendly. We don't bite, we don't scold people for nothing. So please do come and meet us. All right. So thank you again for joining today's welcoming session. Again, a big welcome to all of you, to our family of Institute for Advanced Studies. All right. So with that, I would like to invite all of you to lunch next door to a bilik seminar. Nak ambil gambar ke? Oh, okay. So. All right, so let's take a quick photo before we go for lunch. All right? Boleh. So maybe everyone can come closer to the center stage, so they can, yeah. Maybe from here. Okay. Boleh nampak tak dia sampai mana? There's a lot of empty space in the front. Please fill up. Tak nampak mana? Where? From? Wait. From where? You cannot see. From here. From this point onwards. Okay, so those from this point onwards, please move to the center There's a lot of space the other side. Please fill up those space. Yeah. You can, yeah. Okay. Boleh ya? So if you want to stand out more, maybe you can stand up for those in the back. But yeah. Boleh? Okay, thank you. So for those that want the pictures from here, you can buy it from our Deputy Dean. You can buy it from her. So for others, please join us for our lunch in the next door. All right, thank you.